Good morning. Don't know why I do that twice. I guess I just do. Let's get straight into the music. Got me in trouble yesterday, so the sooner we get this out of the way, the better. Okay? I just love this song. And I'm thinking, this is going to be the longest summer ever. At this rate, the weather's just good. We're all off school in a strange way. I mean, I know we're still working and stuff, but we're not in the building. So I've had this song in my iPod for God knows how long, and I just love it. Yeah. What a good song! How can you start a song like that? Oh yeah. Of course, Kid Rock, 2008. That's 12 years ago. There's you're probably some of you being born to this song. Yeah. Wow. My hair was long in 89 as well. Great song. Got to turn it down, otherwise I get a worldwide ban and then I have to do all this again. What's today all about? Well, today's an interesting day, okay? 16th of May. Huh? Deary me. Oh dear. Yes, dearie me. Very boring to some people, not to me on this day in history. Okay, in 1916, now last summer I read The Seven Pillars of Wisdom by T.E. Lawrence, better known as Lawrence of Arabia. And essentially, during the First World War, we were at war with the Turkey. And T.E. Lawrence did a magnificent job of uniting what were then the disparate Arabic tribes. But by 1916, we knew we were going to win. So basically, Europe carved up what was the Ottoman Empire, what Turkey used to own, and hence countries were just made, like Iraq, like Syria. We just drew lines in the sand and divvied all these countries out. It's caused a huge amount of problems ever since. Of course, we weren't to know about it at the time, but it was immensely arrogant of us. And the Sykes-Picot line, I think, was put in place today. Now, the Sykes-Picot line is the line that divides what the French owned and what the English owned. It's so hilarious, that, isn't it? It's like, here, you can have that bit of desert, and you can have that bit of desert. Deary me. And then it all kind of went pear-shaped and this, that, and the other. So I'm not going to politicise on this, but just thought you'd like to know. Look it up if you want to know more about it. It will completely change your perspective on world politics, if you have a perspective on world politics, or you might be just playing a bit of football or going on your Xbox. Who knows? What else happened today? Simon Armitage was on the radio, the poet laureate, and I realised he's written a poem called Lockdown. Okay, I've got it here. There it is. It's interesting because what Simon Armitage does is he links the idea of lockdown now, because we're trying to control this virus, with the Iam martyrs, who also, in the last great plague of 1665/6, locked themselves down and shut the village off to outside influences in an act of really quite astonishing self-sacrifice. And I like the idea that he's linked the two. I'm going to read it to you. It's quite long, okay, so you probably get bored. Why do I say that? No, of course if you won't get bored, you'll be like, yes sir, fab, we love starting the day with a poem. You're getting more and more fun, okay? Here, have the car. Boom, boom, okay? Lockdown by Simon Armitage. And I couldn't escape the waking dream of infected fleas in the warp and weft of soggy cloth by the tailor's hearth, in ye olde Iam. Then couldn't unsee the boundary stone, that cock-eyed dice with its 6 dark holes, thimbles brimming with vinegar wine purging the plagued coins, which brought to mind the sorry story of Emmett Siddle and Roland Torrey, star-crossed lovers on either side of the quarantine line, whose wordless courtship spanned the river, till she came no longer, but slept again, and dreamt this time of the exiled Yaksha sending word to his lost wife on a passing cloud, a cloud that followed an earthly map of camel trails and cattle tracks, streams like necklaces, fan-tailed peacocks, painted elephants, embroidered bedspreads of meadows and hedges, bamboo forests and snow-hatted peaks, waterfalls, creeks, the hieroglyphs of wide-winged cranes, and the glistening lotus flower after rain. The air, hypnotically see-through, rare. The journey, a ponderous one at times, long and slow, but necessarily so. It's just such a wonderful poem, that. Long and slow, but necessarily so. I think that says it all. I don't think I could say any better than that. Well, imagine if I could. I'd be Poet Laureate. Simon Armitage would work for me. But like, come on, Simon, sharpen my pencils. Go and buy me a new big pen. I need to write a better poem than you. But it didn't turn out like that, did it? I'm a lowly teacher. What do I need to say today? Keep up the good work, the creative writing especially. I have a shout out. It was a shout out to, oh no, just forgotten, Edward, for I can't remember. Why didn't I write it down? Anyway, shout out to Edward. I know, for understanding my rage yesterday when I got my worldwide ban. And it was rage, Edward. It was rage. To all of you who just keep constantly in touch, Matilda, well done. Your work was fantastic. Keep it going. To all of you, I will not accept any story that ends, "It was all a dream." Okay? I don't need to say why anymore, do I? No. Because you've seen what happens to me in front of the class when I read that story out. It's like I can hear you whispering, "Sir's going to turn into a werewolf. He's just read the line. It was all a dream. Look, he's sprouting fangs. There's hair coming out of his forehead." Yes, so I will not accept any story that ends with that. Thank you for your art. I'm still getting it, particularly from Mia, who's turning into the Year 7 Artist of the Year. And in terms of shouts out, that's it. Finally, if you were in, and I can't remember whether it was H or G or E or F, okay, because I just can't. Some of you have finished your Midsummer Night's Dream, okay? So even though there is work on the shared area for you, you don't need to do it because you've already done it, okay? So check your books. Now, some of you didn't quite finish A Midsummer Night's Dream, but I think, personally, the best thing to do is if we all get on a level pegging with the Speckle Band, then we'll finish the half term with another Sherlock Holmes story. Then after half term, I'm going to think creatively about how to maybe accommodate some of you who would still like to continue with a bit of Midsummer Night's Dream work, okay? But leave that with me because I haven't quite come up with the ideas yet, but I will do. Okay? Right. It's another lovely day. It's beautiful weather. Okay? Have a great day. And keep that work flowing in like a river. Here comes the postie. Bye, guys. See you tomorrow. Gets faster, that, doesn't it?